Hello, hi all. Gonna just cheer on my buddy. We are cheering on.
Yes, that's it for my goalkeeper.
Just checking I'm live. Give me what? Okay, we're live. So, just fiddling around with a few things. So this is the final of the Cyprus tournament, and Aref is in the final again. I think he was in it last year, and he's on the top with a 5-5 to play, and he's playing, I think, for the third time, Mikael Vardanyan. So I bring to you the best of commentary that you can have. I'm just checking stuff. We got one. So Aref has escaped his checkers, and race is about equal, perhaps. And he won that game. Oh, I thought he lost the first game. So he's winning 2-0. These matches don't last long. They're only 10. So just played 6-1. I guess the race isn't that equal because Mikael is considering doubling. And I think if he's 2-0 down, then he should always be a little bit more willing to equalise the score. 58, 689, 97, 103. He's 100 after the roll. And Aref was what obviously he was going to take 99 from 115. So he was 12 pips up. So Aref will just play 2 down, because otherwise he doesn't use his checkers effectively. Even though he'd ideally like to have kept the midpoint. But this game is pretty even. Aref's got a pretty decent chance.
With Goggles for You, you have access to hundreds of affordable glasses starting at $6.95.
To Fuad, I guess, who I've never met, but I am sort of unauthorizedly just taking his stream, but I haven't reached out to him and asked him, but I'm sure he doesn't mind. So has Aref got a 1-2? I don't know what he rolled before the 6-6. Obviously he's a huge favourite and it's a pass, I think. Doesn't hesitate. Yay! So this is the grand final. I think the winner gets 40,000. $40,000. It's only money. 4-1. He doesn't play unstack from the 6 point. 1-1, Aref will just come up to the 22, splitting the back checkers, making use of his better board. Try and incite even Mikael to hit. He's got a whatever. Don't know what I'm trying to say. So that hits. So he's got the 5 point and he's got a third checker back. I wouldn't know how to play this 6 immediately, but I don't think you're desperate to be hit again, so I would probably do this. And Aref just wants to get his back checkers round. I was looking at just coming out from the back. I didn't see the position for long enough, but I'll assume that Aref knows what he's doing, but he gets hit back, which is a big thing. So Aref will safety the checker on the 11th point for sure. Still leading, so still maintaining the race lead. And especially because he's 4-0 up, doesn't want to risk. So it's a good fight to be able to safety that checker. Mikael will just make the 21. And okay, I was looking at playing down to the 9, but that's probably better because doesn't leave as many blocks. Now the question is, okay, so he's doing it immediately. I think this is what I would do, so that you keep your midpoint. The double 6 was a great roll there. 6-5 will hit and come down with probably the guy from the 14, so that you get another builder, but you can also make the 9, but you can also make the 7 with a 2 from the blot on the 9 point. 3-1 will just make the anchor. Five one makes. So after this 5-4, it's the first time I think that Aref is kind of a pretty sizable underdog. And it's a bit of a nasty roll. Do you actually play 2 over from the 6 point here? Oh, this I didn't see. This is a good play, because you really want to keep your midpoint here, and you don't want to leave shots. But I was looking at whether or not you can actually leave a shot and play 13-8, 6-2. So I would be comfortable taking this. I'm not saying I didn't know that he would be doubling. It might be a double, but this is immediately unclear what you do. So the fact that it's not clear what you do here means, like, what was the double necessarily based on? Was it based on just rolling an immediate double 6 or double 4? And if it was, then maybe it wasn't enough of a reason to double. And you kind of want to come off the 21 point here and maybe play 9-7, but that leaves you exposed. If you do anything else, you're burying checkers. So I would have a look at the race. 151 minus 8, so he would be 143. Or you could just do this and claim that it's too dangerous to leave the anchor. And if you're not ahead in the race, then I don't think there'd be any justification at all for leaving the anchor. So yeah, without really crunching it, I'm not sure that would be a difficult play. I would also take my time. So 5-2.
Do you want me to pause it?
5-2 just comes in.
It's good to say, if I rolled all these, am I going to come up or? Think. Yeah. Do I want to come up? has to be that. You don't need to get bad sixes. Just gonna quickly go through.
Yeah, quick break.
Yeah. Sure, absolutely. Don't forget to put your score.
Okay.
Is it this one or this one? You have to tell me.
I think you know. I think you know it perfect.
There's 5-3. I'm up 2 pips. Must be the cube.
So RF cubed, there we go. And that was a little first round recap, so we're going to go back to live. They won't be ready yet. See what's going on. So little break, and 4-2 to Aref. Oh, it's not on play. And I will be back in a sec. So it sounds like they're back. I've got a carrot. And I just saw it there's a distinct absence of commentary. And it's just difficult to watch backgammon without someone talking a load of rubbish over it. Whatever rubbish. Any rubbish is good. As long as they're not chomping on carrots. So I just thought I'd, you know, do the honours. So RF splits with the 6-4. I think I would run probably, but it's such a tiny difference. With the 4 there, you can either come up to the 20 like you did, or you can play down, which is more aggressive. Double 5 will make the... I think I would make the 5 point. My instinct is just to come in and make the 5. I don't see why you would leave shots. Yeah, I think, dare I say, that's a mistake. Who am I to disagree? Oh. So he didn't get hit back. I looked away for a moment just to get the chat up. It would be lovely if someone said hi, maybe. Double 1's a beaut. Is that probably the right way of playing it? I don't know. Just getting the chat up. Of course, no one will admit to watching these bollocks. Two 1, yep, probably making the 10 point is my initial, 2-second evaluation. It's still in a comfortable position. This is weird because making the 4 point leaves 6 checkers. So I might not make the 4, but how would I decide? Well, yeah, you can come up to the 22. Since you've got a reasonable alternative, I wouldn't do this either. I wonder what you guys think. I would have come up to the 22. Because now, actually, luckily enough, maybe he saw this, his 4s, which don't play well on his side of the board, should play okay. So the 4-bit will play okay, assuming that Mikael hadn't made the 5 point, which he doesn't. So Aref probably won't think about doubling here. I don't think I would. But maybe, I mean, what I'm thinking of is if you don't hit, is it that bad? Obviously, if you do hit, it's good. So Aref does roll a 4, comes up. Mikael's got some good numbers here. That one makes the 5. So of course this is worse for Aref. But I don't mind thinking about just taking a look. He's definitely not cubing. It would be a big mistake to cube here. I don't understand why he would, what he would be thinking. 3-6 is beautiful. Of course, if he doesn't get hit back, then it's probably a pass. Cubes immediately. So this seems like the right time to cube. It's definitely not too good, with Mikael having the 22-point anchor. So if this is only like a reasonable or a fair sized pass, it can't have been anywhere near good enough to cube when you won't even favour it to hit, let alone step out. Of course Mikael will pass, but you know, again, taking time is fine unless you think you need to speed up to kind of get an advantage on your opponent. But unconsciously or consciously, they've decided that that's not going to happen, so they're just kind of both taking their time here and there. But of course he will pass. Maybe he's just counting. I think even if the race is like reasonably close, like within 10 pips, I still don't think you can take this because you're behind a 5 prime. And you don't leave that many shots. So hoping that I can be heard. So he does pass. Okay.
You would ever find the. Sorry, I don't think you would ever find a redouble. That's probably why.
Yes.
It was a pass. Thank you.
Seems like it is. So 5-2, getting closer to the dream, the 40,000 euros in cash, in bundles, smuggle it across the border. 6-5, you just safety the man. No, this is just, there's no reason to do that. No gain. Not trying to lure him off the anchor. Of course, to kind of prove me wrong, he's going to take his time, but he will hit. I mean, being hit for Mikael is bad. Question is whether or not you come round with the 4 come out. I think I would come out. Because I would rather be hit on the outside than in the inside. Bravo. I think he will come out. You don't mind being hit, so this leaves like whatever it is, 16 shots. This is one of the 2s that doesn't hit. This plays down to the 7. So I'm leaving that extra shot to be hit redounded to Mikael's discredit. 5-3 makes 11. All Aref wants to do is bring his checkers round. And he knows that better than anyone. 3-1 makes 5. So Mikael's just going to stay back. I can't see what that is. It feels like a 5-4, which is like bad. I don't know whether or not you play to the 4 point. I think maybe just play to the 4 point because there's a reasonable chance of covering. So what you're looking at with these checker plays, these dice rolls that leave shots, is how likely are you to not leave shots in the future. So if you get missed here and he has to come in with a 3, you're pretty likely not to have to leave further shots. So that makes sense for that. That's the logic for that, I mean. Right here. So Aref won't leave shots with almost, maybe not with anything. suggesting that that's like the best place. And here, if you're looking to clear because you're up in the race, it makes sense just to play this. Play 13-3. And Aref is probably up in the race. This is such a standard game. Aref would love to be able to clear the 11 point, but that's pretty good because it makes 2 points. So Mikael's going to stay back on the 20. Leave that checker there, but it's in slightly more danger. 6-4 has to play safe. I hate these moves. I still, after all these years, I mean, he can't leave a shot. It would leave 11 ones plus 5-4, 5-6, double 4. So it's funny in backgammon when you start learning, you have to make really ugly plays like this, and you wonder how you're ever going to bring the checkers home, but you might not. But it's much worse just to get hit immediately. Like here, he has to clear the 8 point, and it just gets worse. Oh, he can pick and pass. My bad. So if he can do this and only leave 5-4, double 4, 1-4, then it's definitely worth it. And by doing that, he gives himself a pretty decent chance of not leaving a shot this go. Although there are some shot leaving numbers, like this.
In this game, ninjas from Naruto's early days up to Boruto's generation.
I don't understand these ads. Why have we got ads? Give me love. Oh, here we go. We're back. He lost sound. I don't know what's going on. So Aref's left a shot, but you can't hear any sound. Did I?
Very good cue.
So Mikael was deciding with the cue. Obviously Aref has to take. And you're always wondering as black there whether or not, like, can that really possibly be a cube? Not sure why. Not saying it's definitely wrong to play 3-1, but I don't see what. I would love to know what he's thinking about there. I mean, it increases your flexibility slightly, not to stack them up on the 18 point. Fair enough, but he does actually make the play that every human being would play, and now there's a good chance that Aref gets gammoned. 6-4 is really awkward. You just have to do this, and a 3 is just gonna keep Aref like in the game. Yeah, I guess 6-2. I mean, I would think about it, of course. The problem with 6-2 is what's happening next. So he plays this immediately. Maybe he knows. He knows, but maybe he doesn't. Hard to know what people know and what they don't, unless you really know yourself. So he gets one save, which is good. Of course he has to hit. And he will hit. Although I'm thinking about it now, I mean, I suppose the idea of making the prime is you're saying, well, he won't get past, he won't safety the man. But he does sometimes safety the man. When you hit the guy, he never safeties the man, and the worst thing that can happen is that he makes. This just doesn't make sense. What do you think? Who's the secret watcher? This doesn't make sense. I mean, there. So he safeties the man, and the other way, the worst thing that could have happened was that Aref would have made the 22 point or the 23 point, but would have been likely to be forced off his anchor. I mean, he can always leave another shot now, but it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed to be hit either. So, in a way, you probably don't want to hit, I don't know. You want to try and get another checker back. think I would play 18 to 6, but maybe that's just the wrong idea, as people say. I mean, because now you reduce Aref's coming in numbers to just anything with a 1. If he doesn't come in, then he's unlikely to expose the second pot, so... But maybe there's enough time. Little bit of carrot. It was weird the way he played it. I mean, it's like he cost himself. Just willingly. Okay, but he hasn't hit it yet. He still needs 8-6 or 4-2. Okay, now he's going to get 3 back. I'm just wondering whether Aref's 3-4 was right, where he came in with a 3 and could have played 6 to 2. I'm going to get gammon. Very difficult not to get gammon here. So 6-5 down is not the worst. Not the worst. As it often happens in backgammon, you start off well, and you know your opponent's going to get a bit lucky at some point. So it's just what's going to happen, unless you're superhuman, or you deserve it much more than others, because you were nice in a previous life. I wasn't. Oh, this might save it though. Come on. This might save it. With the extra checker there, so he's got 11 checkers. Yeah, this might save it. I think I would play 2 down from the mid. I don't know why, necessarily. I think just because... Give yourself a 1 to cross over. So if he rolls if Aref rolls a 1 now, it's used very efficiently. If he rolls like a 6, he can play it efficiently. If he rolls a 5... That's what you're looking at, I think, with these crossover plays. Now, if Aref rolls a 6, he'll be wasting 1 pip. 3-2, I suppose, brings it in again efficiently from the back. But he's a big favourite to save it. And we're up to 6 viewers. I was thinking about double 5 scenarios, but double 5 would take a checker off anyway. I mean, this is how likely is it? He has to save this now. There's no way. Awkward double 4, but double 4 will get a man off next go. So I think this is gin, right? Will double 4 get a man off next go? Looks like it. Or maybe not. But anyway, he saved it. Ah, that's nice of Chris, thank you.
Yeah, that's the other.
1, 2, 3. Double 4 gets a man off, no? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So Aref is delighted to save the gammon there. I mean, he got really unlucky. But maybe he shouldn't have played his 4-3 the way he did, but maybe he should have done. I don't know if it seems like they're going to take a little break. So I was saying that Mikael is a really strong player from Moscow, I think. He plays quite a few tournaments. I've played him in Monte Carlo, not in the main tournament, but in jackpots. And I think Aref won this last year, or came second. And then the year before he did really well, so he's just doing really, really well. Can't argue with results. Forget about BMAB and PR. I think it's all about results, really. Oliver Squire did really well in this tournament. Some other people that I don't really know that well, like Alexandru Barbu, who's Romanian, a guy called Aykut Keshkin. Tobias Helwag was doing quite well. So the format is that you're still in with until you have 3 losses, and Mikael had won 10 matches in a row, I think, until he played Aref the first time, and Aref beat him, and then I think they played a second time, and now this is the third time. And so that's why it's the final. I think whoever wins this just wins the tournament. Whoever loses will have lost twice. It's a massive, massive shot. 4 away, so not a double yet. I don't know if that's right. Probably, yeah. Really awkward to know what to do with that 1-2, because you're scared to come up and face the music. So this is the right idea, I think. Leave it there. Make use of your better board. But also sense in coming up, because you don't want to strip the mid. 6-5 is kind of good, but kind of awkward, because you have to leave your checker on the 11 point there. So again, I don't think this is quite a double. I'm not sure if Aref's thinking about it. 79, 130, 143 for Aref, 57, 190, 149. So he's 6 pips up. That's a good start. Plus he's got all 2s and 6-4. This could well be a double, which means that it could well have been a cube the go before.
It's close.
Double 5 is an absolute monster. Double 5 probably the best roll. But not necessarily the roll that guarantees the best sequence, if you know what I mean. So 4-2 will definitely hit. I think that could have been a cube at that score. And now double 4 is like a good equalizer. If he didn't cube then, he might not cube now, but it's sort of, he hit, he gained. So maybe Aref gained a lot more than Mikael did, so Aref is in a stronger position. And maybe Mikael, I probably should take, but shouldn't just snatch. This could be over. This could just be over without a 1. This could just be over. So many good numbers. Doesn't even need to hit in cover necessarily. He'll just make that. Needs the obvious. That's massive. This could be. Just play big. Clock's not running. Is the clock running? Doesn't look like it is, actually. I think he was thinking of recubing, but the clock's not running, but never mind. I mean, this is like... You couldn't be closer to victory than this, surely. Like, he's only got a 2-point board. You can just, as long as you don't roll a double 6 or something, you just carry on hitting. It's going to be over. I don't think there's any reason to recube. You only recube if you can lose your market here. So even if he rolls double 3, this is generally like, this is not a market loser. Because Aref will still take if Mikael wants to cube now. I mean, even if Aref fans, which would be a horrible sequence. That's just horrible. That's fucking horrible. And now, because he paused the last go, at least Aref just snatches it. I would be, I don't know, because you thought it was a cube the go before, and yeah, I don't like that from Mikael. I mean, Not that he was doing it, he genuinely thought it might have been a cube. But how could he possibly have thought that was a cube? When he didn't have a market loser. So the good news is that maybe the good news is that Aref shouldn't get gammoned if he loses this game. Shouldn't. And of course he's got going to have lots of chances. He's going to have lots of indirects. There we go. And like he's just won. Now he's won. Now he's back to 1. That just comes on 22. So I would question some of Mikael's plays. I think Aref has played pretty well. There's only one thing I wasn't sure about. Maybe he missed a couple of cubes, I don't know. This comes right out. So without an 11 or a 2 or a 1, again it's over. Now he just doesn't need to win a G, but of course he'd prefer for the cube to be on 2 on Mikael's side, but there you go. Just anything here that safeties up these guys. It's a perfect shot, just makes the 12 point. He's going to glory in this roll. Mikael, I suppose, wants to roll a 6. And he'll stay there. I mean, I think if he doesn't stay there, then it just makes it too easy. Of course, if he stays there, he's going to get hit with a 3, which is terrible. You can't clear it now, I don't think, even if the 3 was duplicated. Yep. He's going to roll a 6, which is annoying. And then you play 4 to 2. No, oh, come on. No! No! And now I think you have to duplicate the 2. You've got to take your chances. And like, yeah, the guy can roll a 2, but he's not going to... He can't hit and cover. Yeah, roll a 2. Fine, that's fair enough. I don't know what I would do with the 5. Whether or not I would try and maximize covers. Probably not. Don't know. It's either covering the man on the 9 point or going for... That looks like a 2. Feels like a 2. Oh, it's an ace. That's alright. Could have been worse. He's got lots of... I was going to say lots of returns. He's had a few returns. That's not one of them. So now it looks like you have to make the 9. I suppose if it only does one thing, it blocks double 4, and the alternatives are not great. Just anything that gets him out. This is it. So it should be over. And Mikael hasn't even got the 5 point yet, and he didn't play 4 to 2 with the 2 like a nonce. And 3-1 isn't ideal. Oh, come on. Yeah, so he's going to hit twice. It's not that bad, so you play 6 to 2. It's fine, I suppose. And he keeps coming in and hitting. Just... I suppose Aref came in with the 5 there. Yep. He's got the anchor, so it's not death if he gets hit back here. But it's annoying. Again, no reason not to play to the 22, but whatever. Because Aref has to play 5-4 by hitting on the deuce point, and it's better to be hit there. So for Aref to hit than not, I think. Comes in with the deuce and plays 6 to 5.
Double four's not great, I don't think. Although it does do this, maybe I'll reevaluate. But Aref can just, he's got the anchor. So being pointed on when you have the high anchor isn't the worst thing in the world. Just needs to hope that no 6s or 5s come. Okay. I didn't see that. Of course you come up with a 1. Wow. Deserved as well. I mean, come on, he's playing well. Mikael's got really lucky. So finally he can start making the 5 point. I just don't really like what I mean, he's thinking about keeping it out there. Oh, I didn't see that, my bad. But I wouldn't do that anyway, I don't think. It leaves too many shots, but I could be wrong. That just goes to the 7 point, which is fine. I'm thinking that he hasn't seen it yet. No reason why you would want to try and get that. I mean, you want to get the anchor closer, but... So Mikael will, of course, stay out on the 17, because he should, and he sees that how important it is to do that. But I don't see why he's not immediately bringing the checker from the midpoint down. The broken midpoint. Oh, maybe this is... I don't know. I wouldn't have even seen that. You can, however, still win even though you haven't got the anchor. So maybe there's some legitimacy to that play. And because Aref's distribution will be so bad that he will never threaten to attack or point on the lone man that Mikael left there. Is this for Aref? Just clearing it? Not the best, but... I think pick and pass is safer than... Although, having said that, it does leave... If you just clear the 6 point, you leave an even number of checkers on the 5. Okay, fine. I'll go with that. I think he should probably make the point. I didn't think he would. Yeah. Okay, could have played... Not sure I did it like that. Okay, so this leaves a reasonable structure. It only takes one man off, but it leaves... I wouldn't do this. He's going to be able to stay, and once you've exhausted your 1-2, I wouldn't have done that. I would come closer immediately with all 4 of them. I don't understand that double 4, or maybe he was right, but why he played it so quickly? Oh, I mean, again, yeah, maybe you could take 4 men off, but it's possible that if you don't, that Mikael will be able to stay there. But it's over. It's over. I think he will shake his hand. He's a premature handshaker. I think it was Jin there. Okay, well done, Aref. Alright, bye everyone. Bye.
Can we please have 10-minute break? Wow.